Hello again. I'm Shadow Trader. This is Shadow Analysis, and today we're going to look at an interesting ticker known as EPWK. This one is interesting. Wow, look at that. Interesting. Uh, for whoever was shorting it here, brilliant, man. I would have done the same. Look at that. Ooh, what a short. With that said, it looks like it may have hit a bottom. We don't have a lot of information, historical information about the stock here. It pretty much just started. So we don't have much to go off of. So we don't know if this is the true bottom. We don't know if this is just a stand in while we wait for it to go up and drop even more. Uh, I don't know, guys. Let's take a look at this, huh? I think we're gonna have to look at we're gonna have to look at a few indicators because this is interesting stuff. This is my first time looking at it, sort of. I didn't really look around at the indicators too much. I just kind of looked at support and resistance before I record. But uh, here we are doing it now. Huh, got murdered. It's interesting. Here, RSI usually it can go further down than that, and you would think that with such a big fall that it would have pushed further down. You would have got that red highlight color here. So it begs the question: is it going to go further down? All right. What else can we look at? Let's do. Again, you got a topping signal right here on that green bar. That green bar was top, and no bottom signal. You are bullish at the current moment. You could go up tomorrow. Well, Monday, I mean, but you know what I mean. You could go up when we open again. You could go up, but you could also come right back down. So no bottom signal there. Uh, well, what's the algo say? Ooh, that's telling. Wow, this is the bottom here. It's currently here. This EMA here is currently acting as resistance. Guys, you could go up, sure. You could get a nice move in here if you want to trade this, but you're gonna hit resistance somewhere. Uh, where? Well, I have some resistance and support lines here to show you guys. I had to zoom in a little bit. Give me a second. So, okay. All right. So I'm gonna start off by saying Donchian, one of the most important supports and resistances. Uh, as of right now, you're bullish as hell. You're breaking up over the weekly open, and if you break the previous week's high, which it looks like you're going to, you're gonna extend a pretty good climb here. Although I don't have it marked, you do have a gap here. That's probably where you're going, and that's probably where it's gonna stop. So pretty good profit there if you want to attempt that. It's very risky. It's a very risky trade right now, especially when you have no bottom account to account for. That's very scary. And here's the thing that we don't have to either. It can go up forever and top out before we even come back down for a bottom. It could never hit a bottom. I've seen stocks that have I've never I've seen stocks that have never seen a bottom on the algo. That's kind of wild to me, but it just kind of does this. Just kind of floats around and goes back up. I've seen it a lot. It doesn't have to, but it's scary that it does. I would be in and out of the trades, right? I would take profit at resistance each time. This is a stock that I kind of want to keep up with now. I'm kind of interested in this. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I might. I might play it. Hmm. I might. I'm curious. I'm curious. This is definitely one that I want to keep up with because I wonder what it's gonna do here. This is really interesting to me. There's so many indicators where there's no bottom, but again, you don't have to. You don't have to. It could be the true bottom, and for now, and you can go up and hit crazy highs and then come back down later and hit a real true bottom, right? So, like I said, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be at the bottom like that. Very interesting pick, by the way. How'd you find out about this stuff? Who's tweeting this one out? I know what I want. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll go. Let's get rid of you. That's well, that's good, but it's concerning at the same time because it not really. I mean I don't know. You don't have much history here. It's just green. So it really started at the bottom here, bro. It started here. Here is all the history we have. This is it. So this is nothing to me. This means nothing to me. But this one here, which is gonna be probably pretty fucking high because it starts out at the 200 day. Where is it? What the hell? Interesting. Interesting. So you are bullish. You are bullish here. Okay, sort of. Sort of. If you break this, if you break beyond this, you're gonna be in bull mode at that point. That would be, still here is the gap, and I don't see you going beyond that. You could, like I said, just be very careful. I would take your money just as fast as you made it. So just be very careful. This is a very risky one, but if you can hold, let me put something there. If you can hold this as support instead of holding it as resistance, then yeah, you're going to $4 for sure. For sure. Again, though, if it becomes resistance, that's it. There is no that's it. But again, we don't have to hit bottom on some of these indicators before we hit a top. And we could go pretty high with it. Um, oh wait, what's the 50 look like? Okay. Okay, so I would say that if we could hold 150, that you'd probably consolidate here. If you hit the 50-day support, so between 150 and 243. But yeah, I don't know. We're getting ahead of ourselves, but these are the possibilities here. This one right here is extremely important. And then here is almost impossible. Like you need a real good You need a real solid bull run here because this here, this here, that's there's sellers just sitting there right there at $12. There's sellers waiting for you to get in there so they can take your profit from you. This is a mass. I mean, like I said, you would need a massive bull run to break this wild, wild, and that would be a crazy run. But I don't know if that's gonna happen. However, like I said, I want to follow this. I want to keep going with this because this interests me. This is interesting. And I can see it moving sideways for a long time. You know what I mean? But it is interesting. I mean, I'll put a little bit in. Maybe I'll put a little bit in. I'll wait on it. If we get here, if we can hold the yearly VWAP as support, or just break it and a continued bull run where we know we've got room to run, I'll buy more. But until we break this yearly VWAP, I'm not putting in the big bucks yet. I know it's a big difference in price, right? But there's also a big difference between being over this and being under this because you could be waiting years uh for something like this. This is still pretty new, so yeah, we could be moving sideways for a very long time. So, like I said, I'll put a little bit in just in case it goes on a quick run. But if it's a nothing burger for the moment, then I don't mind putting more in. But it's gonna have to hold support somewhere, you know. Yeah. Now there is a little bit of data. What's interesting is there's no dark pool data here, but you do have dark pool data. Let's see the dark pool data. I think it was the daily DP amount, but I can also show you what this means, sort of. 725, sort of. I don't know. Let me again. This is interesting because look at this. Oh, this ain't. Oh, I was gonna say this ain't even the right one. What are we doing? In EPWK. Yeah, okay, so this is a little more like it. So here, the 17th is interesting because if we go down to the block trades, it kind of shows you what's going on here. And it was actually wasn't updated for the 17th. There's nothing happening. So either everyone sold everything here or they just didn't report that. But I feel like they just, and you dropped so much, I just feel like this was probably everything. It's probably everything. Um, and there was no buying here. But you're noticing the chart's moving up a little bit, so there's got to be buying somewhere, right? Where's it coming from? Thing is, it hasn't been updated yet. 17th, right? Today's what? 26th? Okay, so it's got some updating to do. So we have no real buy data except for the chart itself, unless we do some digging, right? But even then, as far as the chart goes, people are buying it. It's looking bullish right now. But for how long? How much it's gonna go up? Is it gonna fall more? Possibly. This is a real interesting chart, friend. And I'm definitely gonna continue to keep up with it. I'm interested because this is the start of its history, right? We looked at the indicators and it pretty much just started. I mean, it started over here, but it really started down here, right? So this is the beginning of the history for this one. We get a fresh opportunity here to invest early. I'm gonna drop a little bit. I'm gonna get an average, a share average going here. Not much though. I want to pour a majority of my funds into PRSO. I'm not done with that. So, yeah, that's it. I wanted everybody to do me a favor. If you would please and give me a like on this video. If you enjoyed this video, if you want me to look at something else, I will do a follow-up to this video. But if you want me to do something else, let me know down in the comments or on Twitter, ShadowTrader17 or X. I haven't gotten used to calling it X. I do like the name X better than Twitter, but Twitter is ingrained in our brains and we gotta try to get used to it, right? All right, well, I will see you guys soon. The AMC video drops tomorrow. This one will probably drop tonight. I don't know yet. I think I've got also SNYR dropping tomorrow. So, yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you commenting down below and requesting this stock. This one was really interesting. This is a kind of a nice find. I like this. Like I said, though, it's beginning of its history. So, don't be afraid to comment down below and give me another stock, guys. All right. Bye. Peace, guys.